This is my second video about maritime cooperation between Indonesia and China. So if you haven't seen the first one, please do so. It's here. In the last video, I talked about joint statement between President Prabowo Subianto and President Xi Jinping. In point 9 of the joint statement, Indonesia and China have reached, I quote here, a common understanding on joint development in areas of overlapping claims. With this statement, Indonesia implicitly has recognized Chinese unilateral claim in the South China Sea, also known as Nine-Dash Line. Okay, let me make myself clear here. There is no explicit statement saying this. The joint statement doesn't even use the phrase Nine-Dash Line. So this is purely something that we, the readers, infer from the joint statement. Moving on, 2 days after the joint statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia issued a press release. Very interesting. It clearly states that the collaboration in maritime affairs does not mean that Indonesia recognizes the Nine-Dash Line. Interesting, right? Now the questions. How can Indonesia say that there is overlapping claim between Indonesia and China without recognizing Chinese claim of Nine-Dash Line? The only claim that China has in the South China Sea is Nine-Dash Line. This Nine-Dash Line, if we connect all the segments, will generate areas that overlap with Indonesia's exclusive economic zone. Simple. So I don't understand how Indonesia can have overlapping claim with China without recognizing this Nine-Dash Line. Do you have any idea? So to me, Indonesia has implicitly recognized the Nine-Dash Line. That's why Indonesia and China now have overlapping maritime claims to deal with. And you know what happens next? This. China is ready to negotiate with Indonesia. Very quick. For your information, Indonesia has always recognized these 10 neighbors. So does it mean that China is now Indonesia's new neighbor, the 11th one? You judge. Now, what does it mean to other countries in the region? Indonesia's implicit acknowledgement of the Nine-Dash Line can disturb relationship between Indonesia and other countries in the region. So these nations have also rejected the Nine-Dash Line since the Nine-Dash Line significantly overlap with their maritime entitlements in the area based on the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea in 1982. But now, Indonesia, as if, said yes to Chinese claim. Imagine, what will they think about Indonesia? Now the last part. Many people said to me that cooperation with China is the best way, that this is the best scenario for Indonesia and China in the South China Sea. Okay, let me make myself clear here. I have no problems with collaboration. I am in fact a big fan of collaboration. That is clear. The questions are what we collaborate on and where we do it. Look at this map. Based on the UNCLOS 1982, Indonesia is entitled to utilize this area. It is Indonesia's EEZ. While, also based on UNCLOS 1982, Chinese maritime zone does not extend up to here. So, no overlapping claims. Okay, I know China has Nine-Dash Line that generate overlapping claims with this area, right? But remember, the claim is not based on UNCLOS 1982. So how can we compare Indonesia's maritime entitlements, which is based on UNCLOS 1982, with Chinese claim that is clearly not based on UNCLOS 1982? They are not apple to apple. So, to me, legally speaking, there is no overlapping claims. If China wants to do something here, the context is not joint development in areas of overlapping claims. It is Indonesia giving permits to China to do something. So it is a different story. Are we clear?